Most people swallow a multivitamin every morning without a second thought, trusting a factory-pressed pill to cover their nutritional bases. But what if the real medicine cabinet isn't in your bathroom? It's sitting on your windowsill. What if 6 common plants, ones you can grow in pots on a kitchen counter, actually outperform the bottles you've been buying for years? That's exactly what the clinical research says. And today, you're going to meet 6 indoor plants backed by peer-reviewed trials showing they match or beat common supplements, and in some cases, even prescription drugs. We're not talking about folklore or influencer hype. We're talking about randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies published in medical journals. And here's what makes this even more interesting. Unlike synthetic vitamins, which deliver isolated compounds, whole plants contain hundreds of synergistic molecules, flavonoids, terpenes, polyphenols, that work together in ways a single pill simply cannot replicate. Growing them yourself guarantees freshness, 0 fillers, 0 additives, and it costs you pennies per dose instead of $30 or $40 a month. So let's start with a plant that's been revered for 3,000 years, but is only now getting the scientific attention it deserves. Holy basil, also called tulsi, is classified as a true adaptogen. That means it doesn't just mask symptoms, it helps your body regulate its own stress response at the hormonal level. Think of it as a thermostat for your nervous system. When cortisol spikes too high, tulsi helps bring it down. When your brain is foggy under pressure, tulsi helps sharpen it, and we have hard numbers to back this up. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, the gold standard of medical research, studied 158 people taking just 300 milligrams of tulsi extract per day. After 6 weeks, those subjects showed significant improvements in working memory and attention, along with meaningful reductions in stress, anxiety, and depression scores compared to the placebo group. Another study from 2022 took 60 adults, gave them 600 milligrams per day, and found improved cognitive function and measurably lower salivary cortisol after just 30 days. Your body was literally producing less stress hormone, but tulsi doesn't stop at your brain. A 2018 meta-analysis found it significantly reduced fasting blood glucose, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides, metabolic benefits that no multivitamin on the market even claims to offer. Compare that to a standalone B-complex supplement, which is what most people reach for when they're feeling stressed or mentally drained. Tulsi outperforms it across the board. Growing it? Dead simple. It thrives on a sunny windowsill. Just pinch the flowers when they appear to encourage more leaf growth and harvest regularly. The more you pick, the bushier it gets. Now, let's move to a plant that nearly everyone recognizes but almost nobody uses to its full potential. Aloe vera is not just a sunburn remedy. Inside those thick leaves is a gel packed with anthraquinones, flavonoids, and polysaccharides, compounds with proven anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial, and immunomodulatory effects. Clinical reviews have shown that aloe vera reduces burn healing time by approximately 9 days compared to conventional medication, while also preventing the itching and secondary infections that slow recovery. That's not a marginal improvement. That's a week and a half faster healing. And here's where it gets interesting for anyone who's been buying vitamin E cream for their skin. Based on clinical evidence, aloe outperforms vitamin E for wound healing. The whole plant gel delivers a broader spectrum of healing compounds than any single vitamin can. A comprehensive review published in 2025 in Frontiers in Nutrition went further, confirming validated applications for metabolic disorders and gastrointestinal recovery. And there's a bonus most people don't know about. NASA's 1989 Clean Air study found that aloe vera absorbs formaldehyde and benzene from indoor air, chemicals that off-gas from furniture, paint, and cleaning products. So this plant is literally cleaning your home while it sits there. Care-wise, aloe is nearly indestructible. Bright indirect light, water only when the soil is completely dry, and you're set. When you need it, just break off a leaf and apply the gel directly. No preservatives, no packaging, no markup. The third plant on this list might surprise you because most people have never heard of it. Moringa is, gram for gram, the most nutrient-dense plant you can grow at home. Its leaves contain 25% protein. That's extraordinary for a leaf. They also deliver significant amounts of vitamins A, C, E, and the full B complex, plus calcium, potassium, iron, and magnesium. It's essentially a living multivitamin, except it comes with something no pill can offer. Over 200 peer-reviewed studies documenting antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, and neuroprotective effects. In a double-blind clinical trial, moringa supplementation significantly decreased fasting blood glucose and HbA1c. That's a marker of long-term blood sugar control, compared to placebo. But the study that really turns heads involved anemia. In a 6-month intervention study, moringa leaf powder reduced anemia prevalence by 53.6% compared to just 13.6% in the control group. That means moringa was nearly 4 times more effective than standard iron pills in that context. And iron pills, as anyone who's taken them knows, come with constipation, nausea, and stomach cramps. Moringa comes with none of that. You can grow it indoors as a small potted tree. It needs strong light, a south-facing window, or a grow light, and you harvest the leaves young, eating them fresh in salads or drying them into a powder you can add to smoothies. One tree can produce harvestable leaves continuously for years. Now, the 4th plant is one you've probably walked past 100 times in the grocery store without realizing it could protect your brain. Rosemary contains 2 powerhouse compounds, carnosic acid and rosmarinic acid, that are among the most potent natural antioxidants ever studied. They activate something called the NRF2 pathway, which is essentially a master switch for brain cell defense against oxidative stress. But that's not all rosemary does. It enhances memory by increasing acetylcholine levels, which is the exact same neurotransmitter targeted by Alzheimer's drugs like donepezil. Rosemary also improves cerebral blood flow, getting more oxygen and nutrients to your brain cells. Based on clinical evidence, rosemary outperforms standalone vitamin E for neuroprotection. After 90 days of supplementation, rosemary extract with 60% carnosic acid significantly improved learning and memory across multiple behavioral tests. And in 2025, a breakthrough study made headlines. Researchers stabilized carnosic acid and demonstrated that it increased synaptic density in Alzheimer's model mice, meaning the brain was forming new connections, not just preserving old ones. No vitamin supplement has ever achieved that result. And here is a detail that's almost too good to be true. Even the aroma of rosemary helps. Studies have shown that simply inhaling rosemary essential oil improves alertness and cognitive performance. So the plant is working for you before you even consume it. Rosemary loves bright light and well-drained soil indoors. The key is not to overwater it. It is one of the hardiest herbs you can grow, and a single plant will last for years. The 5th plant tackles something millions of people suffer with daily, often in silence. Peppermint is clinically proven to rival prescription medication for irritable bowel syndrome. A review of 16 clinical trials found a 58% response rate for peppermint oil versus just 29% for placebo in patients with IBS. A separate meta-analysis covering 12 randomized trials and 835 patients confirmed robust improvements in abdominal pain, cramping, diarrhea, and urgency. And this is not a vague herbal effect. The mechanism is well understood. The active compound, L-menthol, blocks calcium channels in smooth muscle, producing a direct antispasmodic effect on the gastrointestinal tract. That is the same mechanism used by some prescription antispasmodics, except peppermint does not require a prescription, does not cost a fortune, and carries far fewer side effects. In fact, peppermint oil is now considered a legitimate first-line treatment option for IBS by gastroenterologists because of its efficacy and favorable safety profile. Growing peppermint indoors is about as easy as it gets. The only thing to watch out for is that it spreads aggressively, so keep it confined to its own pot. Harvest leaves for tea, or just chew them fresh after a meal. Your gut will notice the difference within days. The 6th and final plant might be the most remarkable of all, because it goes head-to-head with some of the most commonly prescribed psychiatric medications on the planet. In 2010, a clinical trial compared oral lavender oil to lorazepam, a benzodiazepine that doctors prescribe for severe anxiety. The result? Lavender performed comparably, without the dependency risk, without the sedation hangover, and without the cognitive impairment that makes benzodiazepines so problematic for long-term use. A separate, rigorous trial of 221 patients tested silexin, a standardized lavender oil preparation at 80 milligrams, against paroxetine, a widely prescribed selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Again, lavender performed comparably for generalized anxiety. The science behind this is not mysterious. The active compounds linalool and linaloyl acetate act on serotonin reuptake transporters and NMDA receptors. These are real, measurable pharmacological mechanisms, not placebo, not wishful thinking. What makes lavender even more versatile is that these compounds are rapidly absorbed through the skin. Even topical application and aromatherapy have shown measurable anxiolytic effects in controlled studies. Growing lavender indoors takes a bit more attention than some of the others on this list. It wants strong light, so a grow light is recommended, and it prefers well-drained, slightly alkaline soil. The cardinal rule is the same as rosemary: do not overwater. Once it is established, harvest the flowers for sachets, steep them into tea, or simply keep the plant near your bed and let the aroma do its work while you sleep. So here's where we land. These are not folk remedies passed down through word of mouth. Every single plant on this list has peer-reviewed clinical trial data behind it, the same standard of evidence we demand from pharmaceutical drugs. Unlike synthetic vitamins that deliver isolated compounds in doses your body often can't fully absorb, whole plants deliver complex matrices of molecules that evolve together and work together. And when you grow them yourself, you eliminate every middleman. No fillers, no preservatives, no questionable supply chains, no monthly subscription fees. Just a seed, some soil, some light, and a little patience. One important thing before you go. These plants complement medical treatment. They don't replace it. If you have a serious condition, talk to your doctor. But for everyday wellness, stress, sleep, gut health, cognitive sharpness, and skin repair, 6 plants on a windowsill could quietly outperform half the bottles in your medicine cabinet. If any of these plants caught your attention, try starting with just one. Get it growing, use it for a month, and see what you notice. And if you found this useful, there's a whole world of plants with clinical evidence behind them that we haven't even touched yet.